Let me tell you a story about a pair of brothers, Andy and Dustin. They're like no others. They hit the road, traveling land, testing out food. Ain't that grand? From fast food joints to local dives, they're on a mission, taking crazy drives. They'll sample it all, junk food galore. But the question remains, what's worth fighting for? Southern Dn'A, showing down Southern Dn'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Let me tell you a story about a pair of brothers, Andy and Dustin. They're like no others. They hit the road, traveling land, testing out food. Ain't that grand? From fast food joints to local dives, they're on a mission, taking crazy drives. They'll sample it all, junk food galore. But the question remains, what's worth fighting for? Southern Dn'A, they're chowing down Southern Dn'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern Dn'A, we're chowing down Southern Dn'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern Dn'A, we're chowing down Southern Dn'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied. The flavors that'll make you satisfied. Southern Dn'A, chowing down Southern Dn'A, exploring every town. They're on the hunt, searching far and wide for the flavors that'll make you satisfied.
Well, happy Independence Day for all you Americans out there. For all the people that live in overseas that may watch this, happy Friday. um, I'm going to be here for maybe about 30 minutes today. I'm not going to be here that long. I've got plans today for our Independence Day celebration. For me and the wife, we're going over to a friend's house and doing a little swimming today. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to be hanging out with you for about 30 minutes as only today, but I just want to come say hi and, check in, let you know what's going on, and just wish you a happy Independence Day. Today is the day we celebrate as Americans our independence from a country that was trying to impose a tax on our tea. So we're done with that. Anyways, glad y'all are here hanging out with me today. If you're hanging out with me, let me know in the live chat. Drop in, say hi. And as always, let's get this first part knocked out of the way, just so you know I do this every live stream. If you're part of the live stream ever, you know I do this once and one time only. But if you want to support me, the best way to do that is to head over to the description and look for the affiliate link to Blackout Coffee Company. This is the very best coffee that you're going to find. If you want to feel free on Independence Day, this is the coffee you want to drink when you wake up in the morning. The very best flavored coffee out there. Cannot tell you how pleased I am with this coffee. My favorite is the Jamaica Me Crazy, But my second go-to, I guess, would have to be a blueberry crumble. It has got the broadest flavors of flavored coffee out there, and I don't even have to put any kind of like flavoring cream or anything in it. It's good just as the way it is. So if you're a black coffee drinker like I am, but you want just a little hint of flavor that brings a little bit together, and you don't want to put all the cream and all other stuff in your coffee, this is the best way to do it. So why don't you go over there and buy you a cup of coffee, and in the checkout, type in SDNA20. You'll get 20% off of your order through Blackout Coffee Company. Just make sure you click on my affiliate link in the description. It'll take you right over there. And if you want to support the channel as a whole, that's me and Andy, go buy some merch right here. We got all kinds of different merch right here that you can choose from. Some funny sayings like this one, like the pizza because no good story ever began with a salad. And it comes in different colors. You can choose whatever you want to. Or you can get the hats. You can get whatever. We got all kinds of stuff to choose from on here. So why don't you go over there and check out our merch page and buy you something today to support the channel. All right. And don't forget we have a Discord. Everything's in the description down below. All right. See? Boom. Done. Out of the way. Got knocked out of the way real quick and easy. Like I said, it only takes a few minutes. Oh, Jaden is here. He's present, and it is rare. I have not seen Jaden in a while. Glad to have you back on the channel, Jaden, buddy. Happy Independence Day. Missed you on the channel for a while. Haven't talked to you in a minute. Just an occasional Discord chat here and there. Hope you're doing good today. But yeah, I hope everything's going good in your neck of the woods. Any major plans? Anybody have any major plans for Independence Day this week or today or this weekend in general? I know tomorrow I'm planning on probably later in the evening starting to smoke some barbecue on the old smoker for Sunday. And today I'm going to go swimming and eating probably some burgers. I may do a video while I'm out because I'll be in a different area, so I could be able to get some different foods while I'm out that way. So yeah, so today's going to be fun. So y'all have any plans in general that y'all like to do on Independence Day besides blow up some fireworks and celebrate and all the glory and fashion of exploding things? Yeah, the nifty about time. I haven't had you in a minute on here. The nifty Southern DNA moderator has returned. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think anybody's heard your voice in quite some time on this channel, or Cody's to either one of y'all. So glad to have you tune in and join me for however long you decide to join me today. If you want to call in, we can bring you in to the chat. I'll have to put my headset on, but that's not that big of a deal. That way we can have someone else talking besides just this beautiful voice of mine. I've been here recently, just been doing a lot of playing a lot of Ark. We host a server on Ark, and we actually now, as of today, got 2 servers. So acting a fool with some friends, and age-old tradition. Well, yeah, that's about true. Age-old tradition of acting a fool with a bunch of fireworks. Hopefully, you will have all your fingers and toes when you're done acting a fool with your friends on this celebration day of exploding fireworks. As we tear back the tyranny of taxes against our tea. We don't like that. Who drinks tea anyways? I mean, I'm just saying. We're coffee drinkers in America. That's why I go with Blackout Coffee Company. I'm a coffee. I don't really care I'm like sweet tea. Southerners like sweet tea, but it's not the same as like British tea. So, I mean, I'm sure if you want to make some Southerners mad, you put a tax on their sweet tea, you might start a war right there. That's for sure. That's probably what's going on. We just got so used to drinking tea, we just we wanted the sweeter and sweeter. We got to sweet tea. I start to question Southerners that don't drink sweet tea. Are you truly Southern if you don't drink the sweet tea? That's what I want to know. I'm not sure you are. You got to have the sweeter the better. Any foods y'all plan on trying this weekend, or any foods you like doing during the Day of Independence, because usually we do some, well, like sweet tea, like the Southern sweet tea. That's good. Like British tea, ugh, I'm good. I'm good. They can keep that. I think that's why we really wasn't just turning up against the British government because of the tax increase. We because their tea was garbage. We were like, send it back. We don't want this. We want it. We want it sweet. That's why we really the real story. The real story is they thought it was because of a tax increase. We were just like, no, this tea is not good. It's not sweet enough. Send it back. That's that's the true story of independence. That's why we declared our independence against that nation, is because it wasn't sweet enough. Tea wasn't. So, uh, welcome to interesting facts with Southern DNA, or distorted facts, I guess you could say. Distorted facts with Southern DNA. Um, the true Southern story is the tea wasn't sweet, so he sent it back to Britain, sent it back in the water, and said, "Have it. We don't want it." That's the true story. That's what I'm rewriting it. That's what really happened back in the day. But yeah, y'all, you learn something new every day. Yeah, you learn something new. It may not be true or not, but you learn something new. Uh, that's debatable, I guess. I mean, who knows if they actually like the tea or not? There's just like, but I'm that's my story from a Southerner's, stance on it. I'm thinking they didn't like it because it wasn't sweet enough. So it wasn't just the taxes. They were like, you know what? You're raising the tax and it's not sweet enough. We're throwing it back. You can come and get it, kind of thing. And then England was like, whoa, we don't want to put sugar in our tea. That's wrong. How dare you? We're raising another 15% on your tea taxes. And they're like, whoa, all right, this means war. We're declaring our independence. That's a Southerner's tale of what happened. Yeah. Billy Bob was there on in the Boston Tea Party. He was a part of it. That's the story. It was passed down many generations. That Billy Bob wasn't just tired of the taxes; he was tired of the non-sweetener in the tea. But yeah, y'all. Hopefully, everybody's doing good today, and going to eat some good foods today. It's great about summertime as we get to go out and grill and do some cooking outside. I'm in that stage of my life where smoking meats are a thing, and the wife got me a smoker last Christmas. I did two smokes on it so far: a steak or some steaks and pulled pork. Pulled pork was phenomenal, and I'm going to do another one. I'm trying to debate on what time I want to start it to get it prepared for Sunday evening, because it does take some time. And unfortunately, the smoker that we did get doesn't have a very long load time. Like you load it up and it's only got 30 minutes. You got to load it up with some more wood every time. So it's got a very small tray to load up the chips in. So it's if I do it through the night, I'm going to be up all night, smoking the meat. But there might be other ways of getting around it, because I technically from 0 to 1, or not 0 because it won't be 0, but um, excuse me, somewhere about like, it's room temperature, 70 degrees to 160. That's where you get all the flavors in the meat. That's when you're smoking. That's the meat. You're just getting all that smoked flavor in the meat. But once it hits 160, it doesn't draw any more of that smoke in. So it stalls out, and you for a good juicy pulled pork, you need to get that temperature up to about a 200, 205. And at that point, you can start checking to see if it's, probe tender or not. And if it is, then, you slap it to rest for there a little bit, and then you can shred it, and it shreds like butter. And that's what we did last time. But it took me every bit about 14 to 15 hour cook. Well, plus the rest for it to come out the way it did. And it was all it was like salt, pepper, and like garlic powder on the rub, and it was golden. Grilling in the fourth is about the only thing good about the summer. I mean, I like to swim. I like going swimming, and that's always fun. I don't really care for the heat, especially when I was a lot bigger. Heat really did kill me. Today is I'm not even showing y'all what it looks like in Bristol today. Let's go ahead and take an outside look. Yeah, what we got here? Outside look today. Oh, we got a beautiful sunny day. When I woke up this morning, went outside, the skies were completely clear. There wasn't a cloud in them. There's looking like there's a few clouds here and there right now, but it's pretty blue. That nice light blue sky is up there. The sun is bright, means I'm probably going to get burnt to a crisp today. That's mostly going to happen. But yeah, we got a nice bright day for this 4th of July here in Bristol, Tennessee. So it's going to be pretty warm out there. Well, I'm going to be in the water the whole entire time, so it won't be too bad. I'll still probably get burnt. I'm a dedicated smoker. Yeah. You have to be when you're smoking with that smoker that I got, because like I said, you have to go put chips in it every 30 minutes. So it was every bit of a 15-hour, until that got completely done. So it was a long day of smoking that meat. The only time I really got to sit there was when it was in the oven to get past, because at 160 the meat stalls for until you can get past that stall point, because it stalls out at 160 for a while. And then finally, once you get through that stall period, then it'll start raising again. The temperature will start raising. Then you got to get it up to 205, or 200, 205, somewhere around that temperature point. But that's why I took it off the smoker, because I knew it was going to take way too much longer if I left it on the smoker to get to that temperature I needed it to. So I took it off the smoker and put it in the oven. And it was at least in the oven for 4 hours to try to break through that stall and get to that magic, beautiful number that I hit, it like 205 number. Then I threw it in the cooler for 2 hours. I'm telling you, when I pulled it out of that cooler, I knew it was perfect, because it was starting to fall apart as I was pulling it out of the cooler. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. And it's good when you can pull the bone straight clean out of that barbecue. And it comes off crystal clean, and it did. It was, and the flavor, undeniably great flavor, which surprised me for my very first time, smoking barbecue. So it was, I was very, very happy with it, and I'm doing a different flavored wood this time. I'm gonna go with hickory last time. I'm gonna go with applewood this time. So it should have a pretty good flavor with that too. We'll see how that turns out. It should be good. Should be good. But yeah, you have to be a dedicated smoker with that. You can't just leave it and let it go. You got to be out there and constantly checking on it, especially when you have to put chips in it constantly. Temperature, I put a probe in. I just monitor the temperature, and it's if you had barbecue, that's smoked. I mean, that's how they cook barbecues. Pulled pork is smoked. I've done a steak the very first time. It turned out pretty good. I think I went a little longer than I wanted to with it, but it still turned out pretty decent. Um, if I do another steak, like to me, a perfect steak, I don't need to put it in a smoker. I could just throw it on the skillet, a couple minutes, and then put it in the oven, and it turns out just fine that way. So it doesn't really need anything fancy with it, because the meat itself tastes really good. Not that there's anything wrong with pork, but the specialty with pork is it's just got that nice smokiness, goes really well with that meat. But again, I do like a brisket. I haven't got brisket is, from what a lot of people say, is very temperamental when they're trying to smoke meat. So I haven't attempted to do brisket yet. It is on my list, but I do like a good brisket. So if I can get comfortable with doing pork, I'll start trying to do some brisket pretty soon also. So we'll see how that goes. I want to attempt to do a video on the process of smoking that barbecue. If I get the times the way I want to, we'll see. Um, it just depends. So if I can get it set just right, then I'll try to do a video on the process of what it looks like me doing this smoking how long it takes. It won't be a 15-hour video by no means. It'll be condensed, but yeah, I might do it, and it'll be just for the Discord people. That's the only way you'll be able to access it. If you want to see that video, it'll be only on Discord. That way, there's at least 3 videos now of cooking with a Southern Dn'A that you can get if you join the Discord. And also, I mean, if you're on the Discord and you play video games, we got a couple servers up on Arc right now, where a bunch of us play. There's like 5 of us play right now. And y'all, if you join Discord, you can get access to that before we go public with the servers. So, pretty much first come, first, serve kind of thing with that. Smoking barbecue vlog, kind of, yeah, pretty much basically what I'm going to do with that is just kind of like a smoking barbecue. Just kind of like if you watch the other videos I did one on like, a cooking video on chili mac, how to make chili mac. And that's kind of what I'll probably do something similar to that. If you watch that Discord video I got in there, again, it's only available for Discord viewers, which Jaden's a moderator. So, I mean, he can watch all that stuff. So gotta get in there and moderate, you know what I'm saying? Moderate that channel. It's growing a little bit. It's growing slowly, but it's growing. Our YouTube's growing slowly, but it's growing. Rumble's kind of stalling out a little bit, but I get better viewage on Rumble than I do on YouTube. People are starting to worry with YouTube that YouTube might be done for because of their AI that they're wanting to implement more of. It's going to take out a lot of creators. And then because YouTube is never been profitable in a day in its life. So if Google and YouTube get split up for some reason, then YouTube will be gone within a day because no one's going to buy a sinking ship, because it's the only way it stays afloat is because of Google. So yeah, the people are starting to worry a little bit about YouTube going away, and it's possible. So if you want to continue to watch us, the best way you can do is on Rumble, because it is profitable. I actually got shares in Rumble too, so I'll disclose that. I do have shares in Rumble, but that's what I'm using right now to stream everything. It's really good. YouTube is a strange place, but it's not just the streaming. Even our videos, when I upload the videos and stuff, it's been better on Rumble. Even with the lower amount of subscriptions we have on Rumble, it still performs on ratio wise way better than YouTube does. Just for example, like let's see. Read your comment there. Even show a short clip of something on YouTube on a stream. Oh yeah, they're very particular on what you can and can't show. It's pretty bad. So, okay, so our last video I put up on Rumble, mind you, hang on before I get into that. Let's see. Go to my dashboard. So on Rumble we have only, and I say that only, because I gotta find my channel. Okay, my channel. Is that where it's at? How do I find my channel? We only have 16 followers. It's growing, but it's still very small, mind you. 16 subscribers. Now, on my last video that we uploaded, we had 18 raw views on it. So it done better than it outkicked my coverage, which is good, Okay. YouTube, same video. Yeah, and like I said, it outkicked my coverage. Very happy with it because it means Rumble is even though it doesn't show it to a lot of people, it still showed it to more than what we have available on the who subscribe to us. So can't be mad about that, you know. Um, Now, YouTube, 2,375 subscribers. The very last video, the same video, 259 views. So, yeah, it's not just the streams. Like right now, Rumble viewership right now has got way. I got two Rumble viewers compared to one on Facebook and one on YouTube. Um, So I mean I'm doing better on Rumble even with live streams, but it's not just live streams. It's YouTube is not showcasing our videos. It's not that I want them to be putting us on front page. It's not. I'm not saying that, but it's not even like sending it out to people that aren't our just our viewers. So yeah, there's people are starting to get a little scared, especially with some of the new settings that they released through YouTube. So kind of weird, kind of a crazy time if you're a streamer. So what that could possibly mean, um, you know. So oh, down a thirst. But yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. You know, we're going to keep on trucking as we always do. Um, we'll get there. You know, our YouTube's growing slowly but surely. Rumble's growing slowly, and it'll continue to go up. If I can just move everybody from YouTube over to Rumble, it'd be perfect. Um, pretty good, pretty good. I just come on here for a little bit to say hi and happy Independence Day to everyone. Hope everyone's doing well wherever you are at. And I figure I come on here for about 30 minutes or so today just to hang out with you guys before we go and do um, our plans that we have today. So yeah, I hope y'all are doing good and let me know if y'all have any cool Independence Day traditions out there. I was talking to Jaden, which I haven't been on here in a while, and I'm glad he come and joined today. But Jaden said that he's going to be acting a fool with his friends as tradition goes, which is always fun. And I was talking a little bit about what I'm doing this weekend as far as we don't really have a much of a tradition as per se when it comes to Independence Day, but we are doing some barbecuing, I guess, or I'm smoking some pulled pork this weekend, and today I'm gonna go swim and I might shoot some videos while I'm swimming too, just to knock out some videos because we're running low on content. We've not done as much as we should have done here recently, and you get caught back up. Of course, I did break my toe and stuff, and um, it makes things a little bit harder to do. And we've had a whole lot of stuff going on with, well, with especially me with Dixie and everything. It's been a whole lot of stuff happening. And she's not in the shot right now because she's downstairs with her mother because my wife is off work today. She got the 4th of July off. She gets the holidays off, so that's good for her and me. So we can hang out and spend time together. And so yeah. Well, there were some fireworks being fired off last night, and it didn't seem to bother her too much. In the past, it hasn't really messed with her as much, and you know, I guess just as long as it's not right up here at her, she's fine. Um, we kind of keep, I mean, I got a camera on her at all times, so to make sure if we're not here we can see her. And so we kind of constantly keep a check out on her, but so far she's not been affected by it too much. when she was little, she really hated thunderstorms. I called her my little thunder buddy because she would crawl up in my lap every time we had a thunderstorm. Now, not so much. She's kind of more, living in Bristol, especially in the area that I do. It's not rare to hear a random gunshot every now and then, or cops flying down the road, or something like that. So she's kind of used to some random noises going on. So I think I'm not going to say it's a certainty, but I do believe Bristol Police Department might be cracking down on some illegal firework letting off tonight, because in the city limits, um, in the city limits, you cannot fire off fireworks. Nothing that combusts or makes loud noises in the air, I guess, is what they say. So they're talking, from what I heard, was they're going to be cracking down on a lot of these people that are firing fireworks off in the city. And in the county, I think it's totally legal to do as long as you don't catch nothing on fire. But in the city, it gets pretty bad sometimes, and I think this year they're looking at cracking down quite a bit. So we'll see how it goes. Because I know I live in an area that's very dense area that shouldn't be fired anything off explosively in the area. So hopefully they don't do it here. Not that they, pay much attention, but I mean, go out to the county, have fun, all you want. Let's leave the city alone, because it's a little too dense. Oh, you're not too far then. You're not too far. Yeah, the problem with the city is it's just too much of a it's too everything's too compact. So if something catches on fire, or a firework goes stray, you catch a house on fire, the next house will catch on fire. That's the dangers of doing that in the city. County, you're a little bit open space. It's not that big of a deal. So, um, so it. I used to live out in the county in Washington County, Virginia, and used to fire them off all the time. And neighbors and stuff would all come watch out, watch what was going on. But we were pretty careful about how we did things. Um, Kept it kind of, for a long time we kept it kind of mild. I did eventually start using the mortars and stuff like that eventually, but but yeah, but yeah, I mean, some people, yeah, I get it. You hope, you kind of wish people just stick to but again, we are celebrating Independence Day, so it's kind of hard to say you can't do something that you're celebrating your freedom over. So it's kind of an oxymoron at that point too. So you got to kind of be a little bit lenient on that. But again, I just say do it responsibly, do it carefully, and if you're going to do it away from other things or people, or and just be respectful and mindful of other people around that. And don't do it too late. That's another thing. There, if you're going to do it, there needs to be cut off. Like 11 o'clock. People still got to go to get up and do stuff the next day. I mean, I know when the 4th of July lands on a weekday, I hear them up to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey guys, let's give it a rest. So, but I just say do it responsible. Just be mindful. Let's let's keep it pretty chill. So, um, don't let's not set any fires and stuff. And it's a hot, dry one today. Usually it rains, and hopefully it doesn't today because I want to go swim. So, but it's not supposed to. But usually it rains and wets it down a little bit. So. Yeah, and that's what they've been doing here too. They've been shooting off fireworks the past few days, and I've heard them nearby, and I'm just like, guys, oh, it's not the 4th yet, let's wait till one day. Let's live one day and get it over with. I like fireworks. Don't get me wrong, I love fireworks, and I love shooting off fireworks like the next person. But let's do it responsible, and let's be respectful of other people. People have to get up and go to work. So. Um, Not that I do, but other people have to get them. But yeah, I just figured come and hang out with you guys for a little bit. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm gonna go get off here and go get ready for some swimming. And but luckily it was 4 fireworks, and they just thought, well, that's good. Probably testing stuff out. I know when I was a kid, I used to get stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I can't wait to try this out. I want to fire this off, see what happens. But yeah, I get it a little bit. But yeah, but I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Don't forget, tomorrow's video. Andy said that this video is requested by people. You heard him on the live stream last week if you joined us. He said that people were asking him for us to do this. So let him know in the comments if this is something that you wanted to see or not, because I told him I hadn't heard anybody say they wanted to see another of these videos. So let him know in the comments tomorrow what you think of that video. I will be back for an hour live stream next Friday, not just a 30-minute one like I did today, but an hour live stream next Friday to hang out with you guys. So join me 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next Friday, I'll be with you. Enjoy your 4th also, Jaden, and everyone that's out here hanging out. Have a good, safe 4th of July. Have fun. Enjoy time with your family and friends. And as always, I love you guys, and I will catch you tomorrow morning on our video and next Friday, our 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream. Love you, and let's